are not doing well. You are not doing well.
Yeah.
They must tell you are not doing well.
Yes, yes.
What's the problem? Now, hear me. Please hear me and answer me. Is this government doing well?
Angels will attack on our behalf. Angels will cause confusion in the camp of Islamic terrorists. By the power of Jesus Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen, presently there is war between the enemies of Jehovah, the enemies of God, the enemies of humanity, the enemies of everything good. They call themselves extremists. They call themselves fanatics. Some of them say, no, we have been mandated by a certain God. Well, there might be arguments about it, but they say Allah, Allah, Allah Akbar whenever they go about maiming people. Right now as I speak, apart from the Donald Trump directive and preparation to storm Nigeria and put an end to this genocide and all, and of course we know that certain Christians and Muslims together in one place are being unalived. Well, as I speak right now, there is war between ISWAP and Boko Haram. Boko Haram and ISWAP. Well, you'll be shocked. Recall that back then, there is a man who had wielded some level of menace in the northern part of Nigeria. His name is Shekau. That guy, he had threatened the government and threatened everybody. One day, well, ISWAP was released and they unalived this guy and of course his entourage. Ladies and gentlemen, there is fire on the mountain. Let us quickly watch this video and we will also kind of see more. A lot is happening right now as I speak. As you all know, these goons, they will be definitely trying to unalive each other for supremacy and of course trying to escape from one country to the other. They are preparing that kind of enclave, a kind of hideout where they will fire from. Let's get right into it.
We praise your name. Jesus, Lord, to protect us, to guide us, Lord, to see us through, to fight for us.
The mass burial of Christian victims from a recent attack in the Hepang community near Jos, the Chamu, who made the original video as proof of what he claims is a Christian genocide and to show how Christians were being terrorized and persecuted, has responded defiantly in a new video. In this follow-up video, he passionately pleads that if he is kidnapped, no one should pay his ransom, stating that his blood will instead raise the war necessary for Christian liberation. Let's take a look.
We're showing them love, but they didn't see. I don't know whether I'll be the next. But for me, I've already told my family my members, if they kidnap me, nobody should contribute 1 kobo. My grave will speak. My blood will raise war that will lead to Christian liberation. That day is coming. I'm just waiting for them. Even I will tell them, please kill me quickly. Because nobody will bring kobo. And if they call home, they will tell them our daddy covenant last week that we should never pay a kobo. Please kill him. Because my blood will be useful while I'm in the grave. It will fight to finish him.
Very intense. Ayo, this development adds a deeply personal and perhaps a dangerous dimension to the Christian genocide debate in Nigeria. Dachomo's willingness to risk his life by documenting what he believes is a systematic persecution and his stance of refusing ransom payment if kidnapped demonstrates the intensity of his conviction. I'll take some reactions before I come to you, Ayo. Yemi wrote, good video. But you are framing this as if only Christians are being kidnapped. Even Muslims complain about these same attacks. These headers invade farms, destroy crops, and kill people. It's not religion, it's tribal impunity. Both sides condemn it. Both suffer. So why fuel division when you know the truth? What you are stoking, future generations won't recover from. We Nigerians call ourselves intelligent. So ask yourself, why the sudden foreign interest? The same countries showing concern watch gun violence, drugs, unsolved murders, and kidnappings destroy their own people daily, including Christians. On their watch, they ignored Christian Palestinians being killed and displaced. So put your thinking cap. Fellow Nigerians, yes, we have problems, but we must fix them ourselves. To you.
Thank you so much. That man, I don't even beyond fear, was frustration. And people who have spoken and spoken with nothing being done. In recent times, in the Bakin-Ladi local government, Waruru, Tatu, and Lawuru areas, say that a group of worshippers were indiscriminately shot at. I think the most worrying part of that report was that they said they'd actually gotten intelligence, informed security agencies, and nothing was done. When the system or when your country fails you consistently, then unfortunately people now resort to either self-help or calling outsiders to come and save them. And this is what the Nigerian state doesn't like. This interference, seeming interference by, America, Senator Ted Cruz raising it up and now being listed, potentially listed as a country of particular concern. Can we, beyond, Daniel Bwala going to hold stakeholder meetings with, bishops, can we actually listen to the voice of the North Central, especially in Plateau, Jos? We have heard of these things, but for a long time, we have turned our eyes and closed our ears off from this. If you speak to a lot of Christian leaders in these areas, Oji, the story is horrible. A number of Christians are being killed. We can no longer continue to bury our heads in sand, ostrich-wise, and pretend that, it is not happening. They are coming out to speak. They are releasing videos. It's a shame that the international community had to speak up for us to begin to run helter-skelter to find a solution to this problem. I hope that Reverend Dachomo will not have to be kidnapped or killed for his blood to speak out. Too much blood has been spilled already in these areas. Yes. Can we rise up? The service chiefs had a closed-door meeting with the president yesterday, and his charge to them was that they should immediately address security concerns. I hope that top on that agenda is this concern for Christians in Nigeria who are finally speaking up to say that this is happening in their community. Let us not play ostrich. Listen to them and take action. No more blood spill in the North Central, especially in Plateau. Just these areas have cried out for too long and nothing has been done.
Thank you.
It's time for them to take action.
Rufai, you had something to say about the ex-user. Just a quick second so you can take this.
So a quick one. That ex-user was trying to mitigate the plight of the man. You see, the pastor that came out and showed that video.
The first ex-user.
The first ex-user.
Yemi.
The pastor, Yemi, and in response to Yemi, the pastor was showing the plight that he feel as at that point in time. We're not saying people are not being killed. Muslims are being killed. Christians are being killed. Should they even be killed in the first place? But the question I'd like to ask Yemi is, The people in those graves the pastors were showing, who were they?
They were Christians.
So when Christians now complain that jihadi groups that are Muslim in outlook, bandits or killer headsmen that are Muslim in outlook, are killing them, and the numbers are rising to genocidal proportion, a group like Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs should be more concerned about the fact that people within their demography have gone this level of rogue to the point that Nigeria is battling insecurity that emanates from your own demography. Boko Haram members are Muslims. Bandits are Muslims. That should be a concern to the Sultan of Sokoto, who should be at this point be at the forefront of carrying out the necessary reforms that will roll back radicalization and indoctrination that has led to jihadism in Nigeria. But displaying the ostrich, I am so disappointed in him as a Muslim. I'm so disappointed. And I want to call on the government. Enough of this politics. President Tinubu should sit up and stop playing politics with the lives of Nigerians.
Okay.
By this morning, I should have expected that they should have called in the officials of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs for questioning by security agencies. And that should include the Sultan himself. The federal government cannot be making consolatory statements towards the international community. And they are here making provocative statements, asking Trump to retract his statement. How do you reconcile that? They need to be reined in. They need to be cautioned. And I think the Sultan should be giving stern warning never to make such a statement again on national security. If he doesn't have anything to say, let him keep his mouth shut through his Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. This nonsense must not continue.
Right,
it must stop. Enough is enough.
All right, Dr.
Because this is very provocative. How do you explain that such a statement can come out at such a time? Look, I've said it severally. When a Boko Haram Muslim group kills 1 million Muslims, it does not generate the same concern as when it kills 1 Christian. Because genocide has to do with targeted killings on the basis of creed, race, ethnicity, and all other factors that are peculiar to the humanity of the victim.
All right, Dr.
And so genocide in this instance can be raised when the numbers are rising, especially when a group has been attacked by a group that is of different ethnicity and religion from them.
All right.
So it's unfortunate.
All right, so the concept.
I do not know why we have a group called Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria. I don't know why that group exists. That group should be disbanded. And the statements that are part of that group has been irrational, provocative. As if somebody wants to plunge Nigeria into a sectarian warfare.
That was Boko Haram and ISWAP battling themselves, both screaming Allahu Akbar. And it makes you wonder which Allah are they calling on to. ISWAP is calling on Allahu Akbar. Boko Haram is calling on Allahu Akbar. And you're wondering, which is it that they are all calling? It is so difficult to understand, and it is unbelievable. When you see a total discord, you see a total disharmony and lack of purpose and focus. It is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Now, we all know that factions, of course, factions are born regardless. You always find, particularly if it's a militant group, you always find faction. It's as if, oh, my balls are bigger than yours. I have a direct mandate from whoever or whatever instructing me to pursue a higher divine call. And the call is nothing less more than seeking for who to kill, to steal from, and to destroy. And that's basically what these guys do. That's what they do. They receive funds both locally and internationally. How do they go about the local one? They divide it into two. There are times that they ravage, they rampage, and they steal, they rob from different military installments and base. They do a lot of terrible things. They kidnap for ransom, they sell body parts. There's something they don't do. And of course, they have their international sponsors also who will drop some maybe medication or some funds into their pocket. Of course, they go about procuring weapons from different sources. It's so terrible. We cannot even bother ourselves to go into the nitty-gritty of it. I mean, how this terrorism has been kept alive in Nigeria. Nigeria is not the only country where terrorism reigns supreme. We've got them in the Sahel. I mean, countries like Chad, Niger, And we have them in Cameroon. They've spread their tentacles far and wide. And all of this is in the name of Allah. Allahu Akbar. That's what they keep screaming and shouting. So the United States of America said, we will be dealing with these guys and we'll be doing it in a way and manner that will shock them. So these guys are no longer in the desert. As you can see, they are on some river somewhere with some amphibian boats and whatever. And they are no longer operating on the land anymore. They are no longer dealing with some demons on the land. They are dealing now with some spirits, some demons in some of these rivers. And that's how they navigate. They've even trained. They know how to navigate. These guys needs to be dealt with. These are the people that Gumi is telling us to forgive them. Gumi is telling us that we should embrace them. They are also our brothers. Gumi should be arrested. And whoever it is that has shown compassion to them or is seen taking pictures and videos with them, unless they are simply doing this so as to kind of create a connection, should they be let's say they are kind of keeping contact with them so as to provide means and opportunity for them to be arrested when the time comes. If that is it, then it's a different matter. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. We have looked at Bola Ahmed Tinubu and we do not see any extremism or fanatism. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has no, it's just that he's born a Muslim. He has no direct inclination or connection with Islam to a point where, apart from some new generation of criminals who are looking for sponsorship from the Arabian countries, you'll find them in the southwest of Nigeria. These are criminals. Their stomach is the Allah that they worship. So these ones will speak sometimes subtly about, oh, Allahu Akbar, do not allow this and that, because they want sponsorship. Their job is to create some kind of ruckus here and there and gather some crowd, and the only thing they talk about is Christianity. These are thieves. These are criminals. They are looking for sponsorship. Anyway, what are your thoughts about this? Because right now, as I speak, it seems the time for liberation has come. I mean, enough of politics, enough of keeping quiet, closing eyes and turning your ears away because you're looking for votes in the north of Nigeria, and you are kind of like, oh, you know what? Let me not overpress and destroy and disrupt these criminal activities in the northern part of Nigeria so that I can get votes, so that I can get people in the north, Muslims who are extremists, who are criminals or distorted people to vote for me. Enough of that. In fact, some people have cried out and said, look, why don't we put an end to this one unity called Nigeria? Let us just put an end to this united Nigeria and let us rediscover ourselves in our little space as a nation. Well, immediately this came forth. Christians in the north, Christians in the middle belt, they say, please, what are we going to do? We're also from this space. Religion is the only difference. Of course, some of them are from different ethnic group. What will become of us if this country divides? We will have nobody to cry to. It now became a serious matter. But now, it seems the solution is coming. And as the scriptures of Christians says, let them eat their own flesh and drink their own blood. And that's exactly what is happening between ISWAP and Boko Haram. Well, let them finish themselves, internal, let them implode. And afterwards, there will be an explosion that will put an end to their existence. The Nigerian government, federal government of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, forget about this vote, because right now he's being told they don't want you to run for 2027. Those people that are saying they don't want Tinubu to run for 2027, Donald Trump is angry because Donald Trump realized that the French president, alongside Bola Ahmed Tinubu, contributed for Kamala Harris to be president of the United States, and Donald Trump is angry about it. Like, you guys didn't support us, you didn't support me. So now it's time for me to disrupt your government. Let me look for whatever it is available to make sure that we do two things. One, bring our base to this Nigeria that has refused to allow us have base there. We need to have base in the most biggest populous nation. let us have it there. And also, let us take advantage of of course, that could be possible because America has shown signs of this in time past. But then, how long are we going to remain in this, regardless of Christians or Muslims being unalived? Are we going to sit down every morning we wake up and then it's like madness. You wake up and then you say, oh, what a pity. The Nigerian army will do our best. Let us give them vest. Let us give them money. Let us give them corn. Let us give them food. And we will fight. Our oil is working. You know those incoherent statements made by the president? Enough of that. It's time for you to do the needful. Or is the president hoping to do it after he gets in the second term and then he'll be like, now I have won the election. It's time for me to put Nigeria right. He might do nothing. Bola Tinubu might just step in there and then later begin to ring the bell about how he increased the GDP to this and that without the effect on it in the lives of average Nigerians. Is that what he wants to continue to do? It's time. It's time for him to shit in his pants again, like he did piss in his pants prior to him being elected or selected or whatever it is that happened. It's time for him again to realize that it is not going to be business as usual. You will not risk the lives of citizens because you want to be president the second term. I know politics is a difficult thing, but plus or minus is like the devil and the deep blue sea. If you don't act, foreign bodies will come in. If you act, you feel or believe that you will not gain or get people to vote for you. Who told you that? Bola Tinubu, who told you that? It's time for you to act. It's time for you to strike. Let us hit the highs of the bull once and for all. Let us put an end to this. Look at them boldly. Where are the Navy? Seeing them fight and all of that without the Navy from the sky or the Air Force from the sky bombing them once and for all and let them all. Do you know the number of ISWAP and Boko Haram that would have passed away right there in that river if the Air Force have been up and doing? They would have unalived. They would have solved major problems. They would have taken them all out at that point. But look at them. They want to continuously play games, acting so stupid and foolish and crude. Well, enough is enough. That's basically what it is. I don't know what your thoughts are, ladies and gentlemen. As it is right now, hell is not about to break loose. Hell has finally broken loose. And you heard from Bishop David Oyedepo. They are not mincing words anymore. Now that the United States of America is speaking, majority of the top pastors believe we have to put our voice. We have to help. It's all about, there is a lot going on. They want to put in their quota, their own opinion here and there. And it is what it is.